Going to go to the PA for the starting lineups here in just a moment, as the Sixers will be introduced first. This is the only trip in here to Portland of the year. Here they come.
Barkley. At forward, 6'9" from the University of Southern California, number 4, Cliff Robinson. The starting center is 6'11" from the University of California, number 31, Mark McNamara. At one guard, 6'1" from West Texas State, number 10, Maurice Cheeks. And at guard, 6'3" from Southwest Louisiana, number 22, Andrew Toney.
The starting lineup for the Sixers: Cliff Robinson, Charles Barkley flanking Mark McNamara, Mo Cheeks, and a little bit of a change. It'll be Andrew Toney starting at guard. The head coach is Matt Gukas, assisted by Jimmy Lynam and Freddie Carter, and the trainer is Al Domenico.
Guard 6'7" from Houston, number 22, Clyde Drexler. And at guard 6'3" from Wisconsin, Stevens Point, number 30, Terry Porter.
For the Trailblazers, who are 17-10, Jerome Kersey, Caldwell Jones, a former Sixer, will be the two forwards. Steve Johnson in the middle, Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter in the backcourt. Mike Schuler is the head coach, and we're about set to get underway. Sixers come in one game under 500, 12-13, as we said. The Blazers 17-10. Participating advertisers of Sixers basketball are Ford, when only the best will do, quality plus Ford dealers and you. The Miller Brewing Company, sole sponsor of the U.S. Olympic Training Centers. The new Donnelly Directory, a better Yellow Pages, and much more. And by McDonald's. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. I'll tell you what, here we'll see 12,666, right? We know that. That's a given.
That's right.
In this building.
And then the closed circuit TV that they sell about 2,000 seats to every game.
You got it. That's why I said at the beginning, this is, to me, one of the more difficult buildings to play in. They get pumped up here. Steve Johnson does start. There was some question. He's got some, a pair of bad ankles, bone spurs, may need surgery. In fact, they think he will. We'll get into that more deeply as we move along. The opening tap is won by the Blazers. This is Terry Porter. Jerome Kersey has been playing very well. Jumper short, rebound back up. No, rebound again. Steve Johnson. I'll tell you what, at point-blank range, Steve Johnson will not miss many, and that's why he'll be one of the leading percentage shooters in the NBA.
Well, he always has been. He's an excellent low-post player. Very quick moves.
Underneath Cliff, and bang from behind as he tried to get the pass inside.
Sixers ran a very nice baseline screen for Cliff that time and opened him up.
McNamara at long range for Cheeks. Maurice for Andrew Toney.
There's a clear out.
Yep, and Charles is short, and the rebound, Caldwell Jones. Porter on the run. Of course, he looks. Now Drexler. Flip back inside, Steve Johnson off the mark, and the rebound, Charles, his first board of the game.
Well, you can't let Steve Johnson catch the ball that low in the low post. He's going to have to work a little bit harder on that.
McNamara. Now they spin it left side, driving on the run, Cliff, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line.
I think Cliff, first of all, can take Kersey off the dribble anytime he wants, and more important, I think that he can post them up. And I think that Kersey would have a, now that was a switch, that was a Caldwell Jones switch with Kersey that time. But he can take Caldwell also. But I think in a low hole, they have to wear out Kersey. Kersey's giving him like 37 minutes a game. And more important, he's really giving them big numbers at the offensive end of the floor.
And a big game the other night.
Well, he's more than filled in for Kiki Vanderwijk. With he in the starting lineup, they have better defense, better rebounding, and they're more physical.
It's a ball poked away from behind by McNamara from Steve Johnson. It actually hit Drexler in the back and then bounced off Andrew's shoulder, and it's out of bounds.
Now, Kiki Vanderwijk is out of this game tonight with lower back problems.
Here comes Charles. He will run.
There's a 4-on-2.
Cheeks for Andrew. Raises up, and that'll be short. McNamara snaps down the rebound. And a whistle. And it's going to be out of bounds to the Sixers. Yeah, you make a very good point. We should have maybe touched on that at the top, too. That Vanderwijk is not suited up for tonight's ball game. But Kersey has been playing so well, maybe they don't care.
Well, their rotation is going real well right now. They were 10-5 on the road during the month of December, and 10 of the games were on the road. I mean, they were 10-5 for the month.
Outside, Cheeks, and he buried that. Maurice with his first field goal.
Let's get back. Here they come.
And that's one of the problems they've had on this road trip. Teams have been able to just run on them. Push it, and as we talked about in the LA game, after made baskets, made free throws.
Well, out here, they run real hard after a score. Now, this team is the second leading scoring team in the league. They're averaging 116 a game behind Denver. So when you score, you cannot relax. You must get back.
Cliff trying to pump fake Caldwell, couldn't.
Nice
Guns to Andrew, and he missed it, and the rebound snapped down by Caldwell Jones. Porter. Down low to Johnson. There he is again. The little hook around the rim and off. But I'll tell you what, more often than not, he will make that shot.
I'll tell you, McNamara's made a move off of his spot, the first 3 catches, which is good.
Andrew, bang, down the well that goes. His first field goal.
See, here they are again.
Yep, in a hurry. Porter, now they go to the half-court set. There's Johnson down low. Again, he misses the little hook. And here comes Maurice. Had Barkley on the right wing, but couldn't see him. Tony. Underneath. Charles goes up, batted around, and here comes Kersey headed the other way. Runs on Cheeks.
Great.
Stripped by Cheeks. Oh, that's a great defensive play right there.
Absolutely.
Maurice.
Nice
for
pass.
McNamara, the layup. Good. Now, I'll tell you what. He did 3 great things. He got back, he stole the ball from the big guy, and then he got the assist at the other end. So we have 8:50 left to play in the first quarter, and a timeout. The Sixers lead it 8-2. That was awesome. Big guy running at you like that. Well, you would have made it. I would have made it out. I would have said, go ahead. Let's show it again. Watch this. Yeah. Okay. Alesse. Johnson's got down the field. I'm going to. Okay. Okay. 8:50 left to play in the first period. 8-2 the Sixers. The Sixers will battle the New Jersey Nets Wednesday, January 13th on Maurice Cheeks poster night, courtesy of Alesse USA. Just be one of the first 6,000 fans to receive the poster, and you may even win a pair of Alesse basketball shoes. That's coming up on the 14th. The Nets and the 76ers. Terry Porter, Johnson trying to post. Porter from outside, in and out. And then the follow is good. Now is Wally Rudy going to count it or not?
Yeah, he's counting the basket here, and what they get is a push over the top.
We're going to get a look at Maurice's steal a moment ago. This is a great move.
Watch how he set him up. See, he allowed him to take the last heavy bounce, thinking that he had a clear opportunity to the hole that time.
And then headed the other way and got the assist as he fed McNamara.
Portland is 2 for 10 from the floor here right now, and they shoot 50%. They're second in the league in field goal percentage.
Cheeks the rainbow. Nope. And the rebound snapped down by Kersey. Free throws were good at the other end. It's 8-5, the Sixers. And here's a whistle. Knees with the call, yep. Holding. And it's on Caldwell Jones. So CJ has his first. And the second on the team.
So the reason why I bring up the fact that they're second in field goal percentage, they're second to Boston, is the fact that's why they average 116 a game. They shoot 50%. Now, every shot they've taken so far has been a good shot. So if I'm a coach, I'm not upset.
Here is Cliff, and that won't go. Charles rumbles inside, hangs on the rim. And we got a foul. Wally Rooney with the call.
On the side, not in the shooting procedure here. See, when this ball comes up, it was, the ball came off and it dropped right through Kersey's hands. Now, there's a strong move. Now, they're calling that the foul was by Kersey early, not on the shot.
And Charles allowed to hang on the rim. Here's the lob to him across the lane as he knifed in, missed it, tried for his own rebound, and finally comes up with it. Spins back in, and then lost it again. Cliff
nice
dives to the floor.
Cliff. Nice
back
hustle.
up. Yep, he kept it alive, and Charles finished it off.
Whoops. Cliff just went down. Caldwell fell behind him.
Kersey the other way. Now that's how fast they will get in that transition.
Well, the sad thing about that is when Robinson went down, Caldwell Jones and he were on the floor, so that was his man up ahead.
Maurice at the point.
See, this team switches out. They're not concerned about mismatches. And what they try to do when you come off of a curl just like that, the center will try to step out and intercept the pass.
Comes Anderson into the game. Kersey will sit down. And the Sixers will inbound. Cliff from outside. Bingo.
Richard Anderson was waived from Houston, picked up here, and in a short period of time is getting major minutes here.
You had a little chat with him before the game.
Yeah, he's really a nice fellow. Yeah, he's a very nice fellow.
Misses that shot. The rebound. Back up Steve Johnson. No, he follows again. No, but he'll get to the line. Oh, more little shot trip.
Well, on the initial shot, the ball came off, and we had no red shirts pursuing the flight of the ball. You see what I'm saying? You can look at that right now. But more important, watch what happens now. You see when he made the second shot there, McNamara stayed behind the backboard.
Steve Johnson at the free throw line. And he makes the first. I don't know what he's shooting from the free throw line, but he struggled early in his career.
Well, he's only 63%. He's still struggling.
Well, okay. You don't have to be so cold.
It's not cold. It's a statement of fact.
Look at Matt Dukas. As the Sixers trying to get things straightened out. 12-9. They lead here. Charles for three. Yes! Charles Barkley. Here comes low post. Steve Johnson. He muscles his way in. Gets knocked to the floor. And we'll get to the line.
See, they can keep going to Steve Johnson every single time down the floor. There is no way that Mark McNamara can stop him or prevent him from getting A good shot, or B, a foul type of a situation. He's too quick for him, and he has like 100 moves in a low post.
Steve Johnson misses the first free throw. Yeah, I was with Steve when he came into this. Look at Mike Schuler. I was with Steve when he came into the league as a rookie in Kansas City.
Probably the reason why he struggled early.
Yeah, it's they traded him and me. 15-10 Sixers as he made one of two. The skip pass across the top. Charles thought about it for three and didn't pull the trigger. Tony, low post, Cliff. Spins, fires, nope, rebound, Charles. Back up on the rim and good. And they're going to call a jump ball and not count the basket. And Charles pleading his case. Oh, that's a tough call.
Well, I was blocked out by Wally Rooney, and I'm interested to see what happens here. He's calling that he has it from behind. Now, that would all be fine if the whistle was made while he was on the ground.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the whistle never happened until the ball was up.
Cliff kept it alive off the tap by Charles and got it to Mochik. Andrew Tone directing some traffic. Cheeks circling, and they get a joint baseline left. Underneath, Charles goes up. No. The battle for it. McNamara has it, goes up strong and scores.
They're going to allow all the contact today underneath.
Apparently.
Yeah. And I think that it's been set. It's been set here in the first 6 minutes.
17-10 Sixers. Here's Steve Johnson. The jump hook again. No, and Barkley another rebound.
Well, Mike McNamara is getting away with bumping him with his forearms before he's going on the shot. It's definitely disrupting his rhythm. Outside
Cliff, and nothing but net there. 19-10 Sixers. And Mike Schuler wants a 20-second timeout. A 20-second timeout with 5 minutes exactly left to play here in the first quarter. Tomorrow night at 8 on the Moving Picture, Mary Steenburgen stars as writer Marjorie Kinnock Rawlings in the biographical story of Cross Creek, right here on The Great Entertainer. Here's a look at the last play. Charles with the board and then pushes it out with a power dribble, goes behind his back. Now here's what Hubie was talking about, the physical play. The shot goes up, he buries it, but you can see everybody just a cluster underneath the basket. I should read this card again. That was the worst read I ever did.
See, right now, Richard Anderson, is a real nice player. He's 6'10", but he's been playing small forward and late for whenever he's been in on coffee breaks with a lot of teams. But he has trouble guarding a guy like Barkley.
Good night.
That was a great anticipation of a steal by Barkley. But see, Anderson can't play him in low, so they just brought Lucas in the game. We'll see how they match up.
21-10. Here's a whistle and an offensive foul. Andrew shaken up on the play.
Well, that was a good call that time because Steve Johnson picked the slice cutter off, the defensive man off. Really laid him out.
Cheeks, Andrew Toney in the backcourt. Cliff, Mark McNamara, and Charles Barkley. The three-man game, and now here's another offensive foul. This is on Charles.
See, now watch the anticipation in the middle of the floor right there. That was a good steal by Charles.
And he was off to the races there. Clyde Drexler, probably the first time he's touched the ball. And Anderson, great move, and the layup is good. He just went strong for the rebound and then laid it back in. 21-12, Sixers. Cliff dribble drive, hangs, fires, scores. Now the Blazers get it up in a hurry. Porter, the pull-up, strike. Cheeks the rebound. Cheeks runs the other way. It's 3-on-2. Cheeks down the lane, goes up, and he's fouled.
Well, Andrew Toney is walking slowly here.
Yeah,
in the opposite foul.
He got shaken up, UV, I think, right here when he tried to run over the top of the pick.
Yeah, well, he was really hit pretty hard by Steve Johnson.
Reese at the line, and Andrew, who started, has a little chat with Clyde Drexler at the 10-second line. Maurice makes the first free throw. Maurice with 3 points in the game. And it is 24-12 and now 25-12. 3:43 left to play in the first period. Neil Funk with Hubie Brown.
Well, the interesting part of this game so far is that Drexler and Kersey are not a part of the offense.
Haven't been a factor.
No, not at all.
There's Drexler, dribble drive to the base. Goes up, blocked by Charles.
Oh, yes, 3-on-1.
Now it's 3-on-1, and Maurice is nobody better. Got it to Charles, who jammed. Maurice actually wanted to angle into the middle, but he couldn't get there, but he still made a great pass. And Charles pounded it home. Drexler posted on Andrew. Goes up, missed it, tapped it, and got it. And wanted to foul as well.
Well, he wanted to foul. Unfortunately, they pushed Mark McNamara behind the backboard that time. And, you know, I can understand Drexler posting Andrew Toney in the hole, but McNamara should have had that rebound.
Andrew.
See, he can take Richard.
Andrew for three. That's off the heel of the rim heavy. And Charles. Oh, wow. And off the glass, nope. And Anderson the rebound. I mean, here's Steve Johnson. He'll make that shot all night long. 27-16. Sixers in front with 2:26 left.
Now he wants a ball here. Wants to definitely take advantage of.
He's got Cliff being played by Maurice Lucas. And Anderson checking Barkley. Here's McNamara and traveling call. And a timeout taken now by the Sixers with 2:07 left to play in the first quarter. They lead 27-16. Yeah.
That was a travel.
What Prism game?
They call the travel. Timeout.
When Scott calls for a mystery score, leave the 8 color. You can win a pair of tickets to an upcoming major game. Once again, tonight, 62 KGW mystery score is Portland 16.
January 4th.
You can win a pair of tickets to an upcoming major game.
Got you. That's the Prism game, right?
10 minutes till 8.
Charlie?
Yeah, Phoenix at Philadelphia Monday night is Prism.
Thank you. 2:07 left to play in the first period. 27-16 the Sixers. Next Prism telecast with Jim Barniak and my partner Hubie Brown. Coming up on January 4th, a Monday night, as the Phoenix Suns are hosted by the Sixers at the Spectrum, featuring Larry Nance. Drexler spinning and twisting and fighting his way to the hole, and a foul call.
Well, that's the third time they've been able to hit Drexler down inside low off a little bit of a curl move. We caught the replay a little late that time, but once he gets down in there, we're talking about a guy that's really a small forward playing a second guard. He's got too many moves for the guys who have to play him in the slip.
And he's a major league leaper, we should add.
Major is right.
And he makes a pair of free throws. Albert King has checked in, and Andrew Toney sits down. So it is Cheeks and King in the backcourt now. Timmy McCormick also into the game, replacing McNamara. Outside Cliff. No, and Anderson the rebound. Here he comes, Porter. With a free throw line that had to dance away. Drexler, good feed to Lucas. Off the glass, short. Rebound. Duckworth, nope. Tap, nope. And then out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the Sixers.
See, McCormick and McNamara must hold their ground under there. And in this early going, I'd be upset because they're moving them right out of there. They've got to get those rebounds. They cannot continue to have the second and third shots.
They pick and roll. McCormick kicks it out to Albert. He goes up, and he was hit.
That was a nice feed that time by Timmy.
Yeah, Wally Rooney with the call. And Albert's going to get to the free throw line. The foul charged to Clyde Drexler, his second.
Now here McCormick, he realizes he's behind the backboard. No potential shot. Nice handoff. Nice feed.
28-18, Philadelphia. Albert King. Nope. Rebound, Duckworth. This is Terry Porter. Out of Wisconsin, Stevens Point. Low post, Duckworth just off the box on the left side. Anderson for three on the rim short.
That's his shot.
Oh, yes. There's the lead, and good night. Boy, what a great read by Mo Cheeks.
I'll tell you what's interesting is that Lucas Duckworth, none of them ran back.
And here's a whistle at the other end. Oh, but Maurice that time put it on the floor one time and saw the whole floor. And you've talked about that before, being able to look up and see it. Now watch this. Boom. And he found the open man and hit him perfectly. Didn't even have to put it on the floor.
Well, anytime that you're a point guard and you get a pass, you should immediately look down the floor at the front of the rim. If you look at the front of the rim, the entire court opens up to you. But you must have confidence in your dribbling ability.
I think Maurice does.
Probably so.
Oh,
see, this is what I mean. See, they have another opportunity when the Sixers have that inside position.
30-19, Sixers will lead. This is Lucas, shadowed by Charles. Lucas, little turnaround jumper, spins out, and then the ball went down, and Cliff went down very, very hard. He gets up, and he's right, but boy, he went down a ton that time.
Yes, he did. I mean, this guy Duckworth is a monster.
Yeah.
You know, when he first broke in, the guy was over 300 pounds. He's really worked hard. Here's a good pressure by Charles. Definitely disrupted that shot a wee bit here. Now watch the rebound. You see how they're tangled up. Boom. Yeah, he went down hard.
Oh, wow. Did he go down hard? You could hear that forever. Posted 13 points, 9 rebounds in the first game against the Blazers this season. And he's gotten off to a good start here tonight, and they need him to play well. Ruby touched on the other night. If they're going to open things up for Charles, Cliff has to be scoring, and they got to get some production from the guards. This is Porter. It is 32-19. The Sixers have been in command since the opening tap.
8 seconds for the quarter.
Anderson, Duckworth powers in and scores.
That was just sheer strength. There's 4 seconds here. Now this time, 3.
Albert, and that'll be Anderson who will get a hand on it, and the buzzer sounds, and Anderson can't believe he wasn't fouled. So we played 1 quarter of basketball. The Sixers 32, the Blazers 21.
Yeah.
Let Hubie decide.
No, I think that what we should be concentrating on is the Portland offensive end of the floor inside the foul line. They're getting so many easy shots that I expect them to make a major run here pretty soon, because they're not going to continue to miss all these easy shots. And also, when they do shoot and miss, they keep getting all the rebounds.
Okay, yeah,
this
let
is
us
sheer
do
strength.
that.
Yeah, right, okay. I just want to show how strong he is. Right, yeah. Yeah, they're very, very strong. That's a poor.
That's a very poor.
Yeah, poor choice of words.
Yeah. Very poor. We are back as we head to the second quarter, 32-21, and Hubie was talking about the inside game of the Portland Trailblazers. We're going to look at it here, Hubie.
Now look in the left section of the screen here right now. Now watch Duckworth. Watch him move. Look at that. Look how easily he moved Timmy McCormick out of there for this shot. Now we're talking about a guy 7 foot, 270 pounds. The guy's made out of steel. I mean, when a player is that strong, if he just keeps his forearms up, he can do a lot of damage because it's so easy for him to move people.
Well, and the point is, too, that you made early on, Steve Johnson was getting the easy shots down low.
Right. Michael Holton is in here at the guard position replacing Porter. Now watch the trap now. They're in their half-court trap. They're trying to pick up the aggressiveness now and make their people move around. Nice pass.
Great pass by Albert King, who fed Roy Henson, who's checked into the game. Great pass by Albert. Henson, the field goal. Drexler handles now. Duckworth and a whistle blow.
Although Timmy McCormick was riding Duckworth into the low post area as he was coming from the foul line down. He was pushing him down. See, anytime that you're playing against a trap, here's the replay right now, and the people run at you. See the trap? Now you look underneath the basket or to the front of the rim. Somebody should be cutting to that area. Nice camera work that time. Here's
in the lane, Drexler windmills it up and goes down and is fouled.
See, he has taken 2 shots on the same move now. Now that's the 4th time they freed him up underneath on the baseline side. Now, he has no chance of making the shot. There's absolutely no. Now watch him now. Watch when he takes the shot. See, he steps right in. See, it's just a, I'm going to throw it up there and you're going to foul me.
Drexler goes to the free throw line. (34-23).
At the end of the first quarter, Portland is 7 for 26. They're shooting 27% for the quarter. For the Sixers, 50.
Cliff posted against Kersey. Wheels behind, goes up, in and out. Kept it alive at a loose ball foul. Cliff climbing foul over the back.
See, I like that matchup. I like that matchup for the Sixers because Kersey can really Robinson can really handle Kersey in low. Make him pay, make him play him, get him in foul trouble. Keep him out of this game as much as possible.
Kersey got Cliff in the air and a foul, and the shot came up short.
It's all right. Sometimes when you play a good scorer and you get him on the foul early, you get him thinking. So you get him thinking that he's not going to have that uncontested open J.
How about this? That was the lowest scoring first quarter for the Blazers this season.
Well, you know, we keep saying they're second in the league in scoring.
Yeah.
They shoot 50% from the floor, so.
Well, you said, you know, you look for them because of their low post play to make a run.
Yeah, but you see, you're not upset because if I'm coaching them, I'm not upset because they're getting good shots at the basket.
And here's a steal.
Here's where they're the best.
Holton at the top. Got it to Kersey. He had to pull up against Roy Henson. Duckworth, Drexler on the wing against Albert King. Off balance, leaning in, missed it, and a whistle, and a foul. That'll be on Maurice Lucas.
Good block at that time by Charles. And the Sixers in that transition that time were back real quick. Everyone matched up well.
34-25.
Two-man game now. Charles and McCormick.
McCormick goes away. Barkley raises up and buries it.
See, Lucas doesn't want to get close to Charles because he knows Charles can go by him. Baseline, in the middle, whatever way he wants to.
Holton for Kersey. Now Lucas, baseline right, raises up. That won't fall. Ball batted out and a loose ball foul, and that'll be on Duckworth. I'll tell you what, I would not want to be in there with Duckworth trying to pound him.
Gerald Henderson in the game right now.
And Steve Johnson comes back on, and Duckworth will come on.
The thing that is noticeable, though, is they are all over the offensive boards.
Timmy McCormick spacing pretty good here as they get it to Barkley. Charles, and you're right. Lucas backing off of it. Henderson driving. Good pass to Albert, who missed it. 3 seconds. 3 seconds call. Look at Mike Schuler. Can't be happy right now. And the touch foul as they got it to the timeline on Gerald Henderson.
Well, I tell you, if he didn't foul him out there, he was past him. And it's something bad would have happened at this end of the floor. Unfortunately, you're in a penalty situation, and you know, when you think about this a second, we haven't even played 3 minutes.
Holton, an excellent free throw shooter, makes the first and has another coming. It's a 10-point Sixer lead, and now 9. Well, maybe this is the run you were talking about. Henderson has Henson, McCormick, Barkley, and Albert King. Working with him. Down the lane, Henson. And he windmilled that up and got the roll.
Tough shot, but major league points.
Other end, Holt, who can fly, and he just, again, drove Henderson nearly off the end of the floor.
Yeah, but Gerald's a good actor.
There's Kersey. That wasn't acting there. And you don't want to let him get off, right?
No,
he's had some monster games in the last week.
He shoots over 50%. He's on the boards. He's averaging 19 a game. He's a real quality player.
Charles from outside. Nope. And a whistle and a loose ball foul call. That's on Timmy McCormick.
Yeah, the problem with that is now is it what you have now, you get a foul, they're already shooting a penalty right now.
Now watch this drive by Kersey. I mean, he just runs right through the heart.
You know what I like? Two things I like. Number one, he only bounced the ball one time from the top of the circle. That's an athlete that can do that. And the other factor is he was slam dunking that from the ceiling, right? That was a major league dunk.
And so coaches like that, right? Steve Johnson makes the first free throw here. 38-30, and now the Blazers are making their run. Sixers were on a tear in the first quarter. And now Portland trying to battle back here at Memorial Coliseum. And here they're going to get another crack at it. Johnson missed the second, and there it is. Kersey inside. Maddie will get a timeout here.
Yeah, see, it's all the little things. It's the lack of blocking out, bad shot selection. Have to play better.
38-32, Sixers in front with 8:49 left to play in the first half.
Find out what Caldwell Jones has to be.
8:49 left to play in the first half, 38-32. The Sixers with the lead. The exciting Ron Harper and the Cleveland Cavaliers make their second visit to the Spectrum Saturday, January 9th to take on the Sixers. For ticket information, call the Sixers box office at 339-7676. The Cavaliers and the Sixers coming up on January 9th. Nearly a steal, driving Henderson, no. Tap Charles, no. Follow Charles again is good.
Well, Charles has at least 11 rebounds in this game right now. That was an excellent move by Gerald Henderson, and how he got it up there so easily.
This is Steve Johnson again, able to catch it down low against McNamara.
See, McNamara keeps complaining, except Johnson keeps getting him on his back. And once you are on the guy's back, you really have to be delicate, especially if you know, you're not a primetime star in this league. If you're a primetime star, you can mug the guy and you're not going to get the call.
Well, he's also catching it so low, so deep that I mean, if he catches it, he's going to score. But my question is, would you front him?
Well, see, you never try to play a guy the same way twice if you're getting fouls called on you. Play him on the top side, or play him in the lane area on the ball side. You cannot keep giving him the same look because he's beating you every time in low.
Come on, let's go, defense!
A little token pressure here by Porter.
Remember what we said, they were in foul in the penalty situation. We didn't even play 3 minutes.
And it's a 6-point game, 40-34, and here's a whistle at the other end. Now it's Johnson and McNamara who are banging. Now it's going to be on Holton. That's just the third team foul on the Trailblazers. Maurice looking for Charles, and now it's a spin to the right side. Here's the foul on Maurice Lucas.
Right, well, you know why? I was looking right at that time. What Charles did was Charles backdoored Lucas, and Lucas was beaten, and he grabbed him right by the waist. You know, so that's you know, that was pretty
watch
good
it.
call.
Here it is.
Here we have it.
Right
See,
here.
he's got him on the hip. See, he's trying to hold him. He's got him. There he is, right there. So he grabbed him before as he made the move to go down.
And Charles, the ISO, and the skip pass. Henderson blocked. Gerald got it back though. Now unloads and scores. Showed some resiliency there as he had it blocked and then got it back. Now here's Johnson again, posted just below the box on the left side this time.
Well, the one thing is you always milk something when it's good.
Yeah.
So stop talking like you're surprised.
Percy, no. Johnson, inside, stolen by Charles. He lost it. Loose. Charles battles for it, and here he comes. 3-on-1 for Cheeks to Charles.
Nice.
And he jams. That's an unselfish play right there.
Well, Kersey gambled for the steal that time. Sixers needed a nice little run there. They got 2 quick baskets here.
And they build it back up to a 10-point lead. 44-34. Inside Johnson. He'll get to the line, but an offensive foul. Nope, he won't get to the line.
Well, you watch this catch now. See, he's got him behind, and this is the first time that he jumped right back into him. See, that's the first time. Usually he's been drop-stepping around them either way.
No Cheeks against Porter. Roy Henson.
How's it all?
Travel.
Yeah.
Now they'd like to get Roy involved, I think, offensively.
Yeah, they'd like to get him
started.
involved, but you know, he'd be better off in that situation, passing the ball to the wing and cutting himself and getting the ball back.
Right now it's McNamara, Barkley, Henson, Gerald Henderson, and Mo Cheeks.
There's a clear out.
Percy,
Percy.
Inside, Steve Johnson again. No, follow, no, and the rebound, McNamara. Charles, he runs right by Anderson. Kicks it off to Gerald. Henderson goes up, no, and the rebound, Charles back up. And I'll tell you what, he went up about as quick as you see a guy and snapped that down.
Watch out, right here, watch out.
I mean, Charles, yeah, there's the follow, it's good, but Charles has been everywhere.
Well, Charles tried to block that. He got a piece of the ball. Unfortunately, no one else was there to get the ball on the rebound.
Outside, Gerald Henderson, nope. And Anderson the rebound and a loose ball foul call.
Well, Charles was going over the back, coming down the lane to try to get that miss.
Tell you what.
Now here we have the shot. Now here Charles, see, there you go. He pushed off. Wally Rooney right there looking at it. Good call.
But I will say one thing. He has played like a man possessed here in the first half. Charles has. He has 19 points and 10 rebounds.
Well, what people forget because of the outburst the other night was that he had 21 at halftime against the Lakers.
And those were quiet points.
Yes.
If there was frustration involved, he's taking it out right now on Portland. And a timeout at 20. A 20-second timeout taken by the Sixers. 5:55 remaining here in the first half and a 46-38 Sixer lead. Channel 17's courtside coverage continues with more exciting action as the Sixers battle it out with the Seattle Supersonics tomorrow night at 10:30. UB9 will be there. It's all right here on the Great Entertainment. We're going to get a look here. This is the partial block by Charles.
Yeah, but now watch what happens. You see? See, the white shirt just stayed with it.
And Charles got ridden over the inline.
Well, but Charles is out of the play. I mean, how many
Yeah.
things can he do? I mean, I think that once you block the shot and your momentum is going because you rotated, somebody else has got to do the job.
I wasn't trying to be critical.
This is a clear out right here now for Barkley. Nice.
Gerald Henderson. Boom. A three-pointer for Gerald Henderson. 49-38. Kersey, yeah. Great drive. He turned the corner at the baseline and then just came up surface on the other side of the basket. Gerald against Drexler. Barkley. Back door went to Gerald and he couldn't hang on, but it was poked away and last touched by one of the Blazers.
Well, Drexler was lucky on that one because Gerald definitely had him beat.
Maurice. Now Cliff over Kersey.
Nice.
And he drained that. Well, they do come in a hurry, though. Outside. Drexler, and that's down the well. Drexler's third field goal, his 10th point of the game. 51-42. Driving Maurice, and he was hit before he could get the shot up.
Well, as soon as he leveled him off out at by the half-court line, and he just blew by him, he bumped him early. See, watch this now. See, there it is right there. There's your bump. Now, this young man, Terry Porter's really improved. He's the young man out of Wisconsin, Stevens Point. This is his third year in the league, and he is #1 in the league in assists.
Now he has a difficult matchup tonight with Mo Cheeks.
Well, the pace tonight is definitely Sixer pace. And they've got to keep it this way. And the only way that you can is to score a high percentage and hit the offensive boards. You cannot allow them to get into their running game. Now they're posting Drexler right now on Henderson in low.
And there it is, and the jam is there. And a whistle as well. No basket, though. The bump was before the shot. And the foul is charged to Gerald Henderson.
They're coming at him right now. And there's nothing he can do about that. He tried to gamble, play him on the top side.
And Drexler makes the first free throw, and we'll have another come.
But think about it now. In the we haven't even played 2 quarters. That's his 7th catch down in that area.
And it is his 6th free throw. And he has made all 6. 53-44. Cheeks for Gerald Henderson. Inside Cliff. Catches, spins, and then is stripped, but foul.
See, the reason why I like that, and the reason why I like working Cliff down, coming off any screen, set the screen, step back in, all of that little action that you have down there is because Kersey keeps getting caught behind Cliff. Cliff has an awful lot of moves down in there, and he's putting the pressure on Kersey so that he must play both ends of the floor.
Cliff misses the first. And the one thing that we've talked about before is when you've got a guy who's been scoring like Kersey has, if you make him work at the other end, it takes a little bit more out of you.
Yeah, and the other thing is you want to get him in foul trouble so that they have to take him out of the game so that he doesn't get his 38 minutes. That's another key.
Wow. Porter at the top. Here's the foul underneath. That's on Kersey, and there's going to be a tee right there. The foul is on Kersey. The technical is on Kersey. And now he kicks the ball away.
Well, I'll tell you what happens. on those baseline picks underneath the backboard, some nights you can take a step and nail a guy. Other nights, they do not allow you to take a step, and they do not allow you to put your elbow out off of your hip and nail a guy. Now, what happened there, because I was looking right at it, is as the guy came around Kersey, he stuck the elbow out and got him. Now, some nights that's not a foul.
Kersey comes out of the game. For the Sixers, Andrew Toney is back on, working with Mo Cheeks in the backcourt.
See, it's just like there. Andrew Toney carried the ball twice on a dribble. You know, some nights that can be a carry, other nights it's not.
There is Charles against Anderson. 5 seconds. Here he comes down the lane, and he goes up on a foul. That's going to be against Portland, and the crowd here does not like it at all. And Charles holding his arm. He is in some pain. Appears to be all right.
Well, here's the move now. See, Richard Anderson's got him there first. That's for openers, okay? All right, that was a charge. He dropped his shoulder right into him going to the basket, but he was fouled on a dribble going in. See, the crowd's not going to bother Wally Rooney. Wally Rooney has been in enough of these games in the old ABA and then in the NBA. He's been a lead official for a long time. I know that if I'm a visiting coach coming into an arena like this, I see Wally Rooney on a game. I know there'll be a really consistent game from start to finish.
56-44, the Sixers, who have dictated tempo and have had the lead since the outset.
Oh, you can't
here's
do
Steve
that.
Johnson.
Nice.
Sixers running. Andrew drops it off, and Maurice finishes it off.
Watch out. Watch out.
Anderson, block, but foul.
See, they are greyhounds. Because when that ball went in the basket, there were 4 red shirts inside of the foul line area. And watch this now when Andrew drops it off. You're going to see 4 shirts down in here, see? Now, as soon as that ball goes through the basket, they make one pass. The ball goes by 3 red shirts, and now they have an advantage.
Anderson makes the first free throw. 58-45. And he makes the second. 58-46 with 3:28 left to play in the first half. Neil Funk with Hubie Brown, Memorial Coliseum in Portland, Oregon. Trailblazers against the Sixers. Driving Henson, nice move. He spun right around Steve Johnson. They come again.
See, this is not a shot blocking team. They have very, very few shot blocks during the course of the year.
Anderson, no. Drexler, yes. And no again. Here comes Charles. It's 3-on-2. Charles inside, no. The follow, no. And Anderson the rebound. Drexler trying to run out with it, and then a whistle and a foul. I'll tell you what, this is like watching a horse race.
Well, it looks a little bit like rollerball.
Yeah. And a timeout taken with 2:47 left. The Sixers lead it 60-46. Yeah.
No, because we've already done half of it, Charlie.
Seat 7, section 15. Rotate, seat 7. This event is being rotated by a local lottery representative at this time. To participate, a man must be 18 years of age or older and will have the opportunity to win up to 5,000 lottery tickets.
What are we doing here, Charlie? of years. .247 left to play here in the first half. 60-46. The Sixers in front as they lead the Trailblazers. You're watching Sixers basketball on WPHL TV 17 Philadelphia. Neil Funk with Hubie Brown, and so far, Hubie, the Sixers have been able to dictate pretty much what they want to do, unlike the first couple of games on this trip.
Well, they're shooting a higher percentage, and more important, the other teams on this trip were shooting 65% for the game at the end of 3 quarters, Phoenix and LA.
Well, we talked about, you know, their defense being a little soft in those games. Right. Or not a little soft, but a lot soft.
Right.
Here's Roy. The turnaround won't fall.
Oh, underneath. See, what happened on that shot? Steve Johnson had his arms up, but Wally Rooney caught him bumping with the lower part of his body. And that's, see, that's a prime time call when you're on the road that you get this call. Watch this. You see,
yep,
see, there he is right there. He gets him again, see. Now, if you can get that call on the road, man, you're happy. I mean, you're really happy.
Bob Thornton checks into the game. The newest Sixer out of Cal Irvine. And he comes on as Matty with a lead of 62-48, able to try and rest some of his starters.
Right now, Portland is still shooting 30% for the game, 12 for 40. Sixers are at 50.
See, now here's what you'll, well, I'll get
That's
to it.
his shot.
Anderson, no, off the mark. Charles, the rebound, flips it back in, and Cheeks wheels around Porter. Maurice into the front court. Charles for 3. Nope. The rebound tapped outside. The point I was going to make about Bob Thornton, they've got Thornton playing Steve Johnson at the other end. Now, Thornton is a banger.
Yes,
he'll come down and be a little more physical with Steve
Well,
Johnson.
he'll be a banger. The main thing is not to have Cliff pick up any fouls right now. Cliff is playing extremely well. He's got 13. They need him in the second half. The key here is for this last 2 minutes is to get good shots.
Albert King. Here's Henson posted into the lane, and an offensive foul.
Well, both refs called it.
Yep. And almost simultaneously.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Yeah, he just lowered his shoulder and banged into him. All right, now they put Duckworth into the game along with Caldwell Jones. Thornton trying to front Duckworth. Now he's behind him, and they get it to him. Back out to Porter, who raises up. Nope, won't go. And Duckworth, the rebound and a foul. 62-52. They swing it to the left side. Cliff. Challenged by Caldwell Jones. I mean, that looked like a bullfight.
Yeah, but you see, now when you look at that, now we're looking right at that. We have a perfect angle. He fouled him once. He fouled him a second time. They finally called it on the third call. Why? I would say Caldwell Jones, veteran guy, 14 years in pro basketball, respected as a what? A defensive stopper. There we go.
Did I get that right?
Oh, yeah.
You're reading the same book. You wrote it.
Yeah, that's fine.
63-52 as he made the first free throw, and now the Blazers set up. Charles on Anderson, inside Duckworth, and doubled by Charles. Back to Anderson, who fires and scores. And you said
that he can make those.
You said that's his shot.
Yes,
I mean, that's well within his range.
Yes. He's an excellent, excellent perimeter shooter. The guy's 6'10", and he plays like a 6'8" player.
Charles in traffic and really wrapped around by 1, 2, 3 men.
See, the Portland bench is all over Jackie Neese because he never blew his whistle, okay? And he's on the baseline side. Now just watch this move. Now here he goes. He's going to go by right by Anderson. Now, Anderson gets him there one time, okay? Now, he got hit by 3 guys. The referee on the baseline, who's standing right there, doesn't make the call. Now, the end of the Portland bench was all over Jackie Neese. Wally Rooney made that call, 50 feet
And
away.
Duckworth was the 3rd guy to get him. And he got charged with a foul. Charles makes a pair. 65-55 with 27 seconds left to play here in the first half.
20 seconds for the quarter.
Porter poked away. Duckworth had it trying to post Thornton, and the foul is on Bobby Thornton. That's his second coming off the Sixer bench. He's kind of jockeying for position. Watch Duckworth.
See, Thornton's going to hold his spot.
Bang.
Now, you see, that's hard to do. This guy is 7 foot 270. And all you are doing is trying to hold your spot. You are entitled to that spot. He cannot come back in there, back into you, bump you back, and then expect it to be.
Well, if we could see it again, he did. He said, I want that spot, and I'm going to take it. Right?
Just remember that when the commissioner complains about this, that you're the one who just said that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's a new year. Duckworth at the free throw line, and he makes the first. Duckworth, 4 for 10 from the field in the first game against the 76ers when they met earlier this year.
See, my point is
No, you're entitled to the spot. I agree with you.
that's right. And the big, watch the press now. Full court press. There are 10 seconds for the quarter. Andrew wants a clear out to take this guy. He thinks he can take Porter.
Yeah, Andrew trying to break him down.
3 seconds.
Backs him in, goes baseline, spins. Oh, he did beat him. He
Yes.
scores at the horn. Boy, he broke him down right there. He broke him down and scored a 10-point Sixer lead. It is 67-57. Now, stay tuned for Center Court with Harry Donahue. Did he break him down or what?
Okay.
I'm done, right? Goodbye.
Yes. Really? All right. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Blazer hoop shoot for women 18 years and older, brought to you by Trailblazers, is about to begin. The shooting lines are forming at both baskets. Participants do not need to remove their shoes, but please walk on the carpet we've provided. Good luck to all of you. Take care.
Yep. Yeah, I hear you.
I'm going to get you tickets from Trailblazers.
Well, first of all, this team has won 10 in a row at home. The next major factor is the Sixers' low post half-court offense is outstanding. The reasons being they do not have any shot blockers here. And that is why your low post game of a Barkley or a Cliff Robinson or Hinson can take advantage of a team like Portland. You must make them pay the price, and then you get into the penalty situation so that you're on the foul line. Barkley with 22 points and double-figure rebounds, and Cliff Robinson with 14. It's nice to see because we know that if they're going to beat a quality team on the road, these two guys must have big games. Well, I think what you're trying to do is to get Andrew off and forget about the minute routine, and let's get him into the game and make things happen off the dribble. The perfect example was right here at the end where he substituted to get him in for the last shot, and he makes a prime time scorer's move. By putting him in the starting lineup, you now have the threat of 3 guys, meaning Barkley, Robinson, and Tony, that the other team must be concerned about from a defensive standpoint. Yeah, okay. I don't care. Whatever you got. That's great.
Couple of minutes left to shoot. And about 1 minute left, and this will be the Royal Department's midway rotation.
He talks first. Then we both talk. And you better be good.
We have 505 shooters now completed. Either one of them close the line. 5 shooters with each line. Then we'll have the full draw. Royal Department. 8 runs away after this ball.
got him.
Who won the football?
You there, Chaz? Dos Amigos. I'll find out. When I asked him the trivia question. Don't say it. Okay. Yeah, gee, they shot 31 in the first half. That's right. Wow. Shoot 31 free throws and he's still down by 10. And 21 in the second quarter. Write that down right here, just so I can. Charlie. 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 Well, thank you. Thank you. Well, I've been trying to get a hold of you, Dos Amigo. Al said you were just an amigo. Not even dose. With the Coliseum in Portland, Oregon, Neil Funk with Hubie Brown, with the Sixers leading the Trailblazers 67-57. And now it's time for the Provident Bank trivia question sent in by you fans. Tonight's question sent in by Joseph Kurtz of Philadelphia. And the question for my partner Hubie Brown is, who was the last player to win the NBA scoring title who shot 50% from the field? I'll give you a couple of moments to think about it, and we'll be right back. Yeah. I did. Okay. The question here is, who was the last player to win the NBA scoring title who shot 50% from the field?
Bernard King.
You are correct, Joe.
I know.
Can you
that.
tell me what year?
I would hope so.
If you didn't get this, you were serious.
3 years ago, I would hope so.
See how easy it is, fans? Send your question to the address on the screen, and maybe you'll be a winner as well. Travel arranged by Eastern. Earn triple mileage no matter how you pay for your ticket. With Eastern's One Pass, the fastest way to free travel just got 3 times faster. What year? You know what year?
Yeah, it happened when he was injured. When, this goes back 3 seasons ago.
What year was it? What was the season?
1, 2, 3. Let me see. What is this? I don't know.
Oh, you have no clue.
It was my
84,
third
85.
year. My third year in New York. Okay,
84, 85.
I mean, now if I'm Matty, I'm concerned about 3 major factors. Portland shooting 31%. We know they're going to shoot better, but they have shot 31 foul shots. They're 28 for 31, and more important, 14 offensive rebounds for Portland. These are major concerns in the second half.
They lead by 10 right now, and now by 12 as Andrew knocks one down from outside off the left wing free throw line extended.
Andrews now 3 for 6.
Drexler, nope, and the rebound, McNamara. The outlet is for Barkley, and here he comes. It's 2-on-1. Charles to the hole and jam.
And 1.
His elbow's bothering him. You look at it again. See him looking at it?
But just watch this here now. He's just challenging Drexler. See, this is a silly foul by Drexler. See, he hit him right on the elbow as he laid the ball up. If you're going to get him, you got to get him harder than that.
Charles brings the free throw.
Charles is now 10 for 19 and 4 for 5.
Whew.
25 big ones.
He's putting some numbers up there.
13 rebounds. 7 offensive boards tonight so far.
And his concentration has been much better than it was in the last 2 outings. Porter, low post, Caldwell Jones. The turnaround, that won't fall. McNamara battling for it, kept it alive, and it's run down by Jerome Kersey. He drives, he
nice block. Nice block by Cliff.
Yeah, Cliff wanted to he wanted to gun an outlet to Charles, who bolted up the left sideline, but wisely, he didn't throw the pass.
See if they give the ball to Charles right now. See, Johnson's got 3 fouls. He can take him off the dribble. He won't foul him.
Charles missed that, and the rebound comes down. For Terry Porter to Drexler, and he will pound that home. I agree with you. If he Charles might as well just put it on the floor and take Johnson to the hole.
See, each team has 4 guys with 3 fouls right now, and we're talking key guys.
Cheeks. Now they've got Kersey on Charles. Robinson checked by Caldwell Jones.
3 seconds.
Andrew unloads on the back of the rim, hits the top of the backboard and bounces over and out of bounds. 72-59, Sixers. Now what you don't want to do is let the crowd get involved in this.
They want
this building.
Yeah, see, they wanted to play 2 minutes. Oh, my. Let me tell you, they just backpicked low cheeks. Porter was wide open. Just a bad pass. More important, the center came right up behind and back picked Mo Cheeks. And you talk about daylight.
Here's McNamara, spins away from his man. Cliff fakes once into the lane, bangs over another man, and that's going to be an offensive foul or a travel.
Well, he didn't read the double team well that time. I think Cliff Robinson is also limping a little bit, just a little bit.
Here's Steve Johnson, down deep, nope, and the rebound, Andrew Toney.
Right shoe is going nuts because McNamara pushed him with both hands right in the lower part of the back.
Andrew for McNamara against Kersey.
Nice.
Goes up with a left hand and scores.
Nice move. Because Kersey and Steve Johnson have 3. They don't want to get that 4th foul.
Porter. Baseline, Kersey again. He darts into the lane, goes up and scores, and there's a nice move.
Well, if they're going to step out and make that pick, then Philadelphia's got to make a decision. Are they going to switch on that? Because Cliff Johnson is not.
Oh,
yes.
Great pass, and then the foul inside. But I mean, that was gunned like a frozen rope. Charles caught it. Great pass.
Great pass by Andrew. Andrew sees him here. Now watch right on the baseline. You see right here. See Colwell Jones got caught up in the baseline pick.
Super pass by Andrew Toney, and Charles, the recipient of the entry pass, gets the free throw line. And misses the first. They shot a team record 21 free throws in the second quarter. Now the crowd getting on Charles a little bit. He does play with some emotion. 75-61. Sixers in front. Johnson low post. Jump hook, no. Tap, yes.
Kersey.
Jerome Kersey with his 14th point of the game.
They play intelligent basketball now. Good, strong half-court game.
Yes. No,
Nice.
McNamara, it goes up. Kersey blocked it and took it away.
He's got to dunk those. You got to dunk them with 2 hands.
Porter for Kersey, the layup good.
The reason why that's frustrating is that Mark had a 2-handed dunk. All 3 offensive players were on the other side of the floor. Defensive players were on the other side of the floor. You got to make that count.
Maurice trying to settle his troops down. Now Andrew.
3 seconds. 2 seconds.
Charles off the glass, offensive foul. Well, see, that's what happens when the shot clock gets down like that. You tend to panic a little bit, and you're in such a hurry to get the shot up. Here comes Drexler. Block by Charles. That's a major league block.
3 on 2.
Andrew,
Nice.
great feed, and Cliff will take
That's
it
what I
home.
mean. You see how he took that up? He took that up power with both hands. You don't go up with one-handed stuff. You go up strong.
Porter for Caldwell Jones. 77-65. Here come the Sixers again. Cheeks streaks down the lane. The layup good, and he's fouled.
What a key play. What a key play that was. At the other end of the floor, they have a layup. You get the turnover, and then you get a great pass off and a strong move to the basket by Cheeks.
And a timeout taken. 79-65. The Sixers in front. Back right after these messages. Yeah. Don't ever holler at me, by the way, don't ever holler at me about ad-libbing. Okay, thank you.
This is great. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. Start it from there. It's terrific. Yeah, right.
All right. In fact, I won't say anything. I'll just let you be. All right. .7:26 left in the third. The Sixers lead it 79-65.
All right, now watch the Sixer mix up on defense. And now here comes Mo Cheeks on the baseline. Now Cheeks just saved a major dunk right there. Now watch how he drifts to the left. And the defensive man, Colwell Jones, had to honor the fact that Charles Barkley was in that right-handed lane that time. Strong move by Mo.
And he will complete the bottom end of the three-point play. There may be somebody that you've seen in all the years you've been in the NBA, but in the years I've been in it, I haven't seen anybody finish off a break better than Mo Cheeks. Always a right decision. And here's going to be a turnover.
Well, it was an offensive foul by Drexler, and once again, they're looking for Drexler down underneath the basket. And that led to Drexler getting 5 offensive rebounds in the first half, as well as all of those opportunities.
And Charles from outside, no, but Cliff the rebound.
Nice play by Cliff.
Good pass, too. And then walking. Mark couldn't handle it.
See, that's frustration. That's frustration because you get a loose ball rebound, you make the pass underneath, and Steve Johnson is not about to foul you, and you double dribble.
This is Michael Holton, who has checked into the game. Johnson low post, and down the lane comes Kersey, and he dunks right over Charles.
Well, when Cliff Robinson left the double team, he left Kersey, and Kersey went right to the basket. Barkley was coming to help out on that.
Cheeks down the boulevard again and tries to go up, and is fouled.
See, you know what's interesting here for a guy who is as good a defensive player as Porter, he keeps getting caught on Mo Cheeks' left side, and I don't understand that because Mo is going by him, and he's really going by him big.
80-67. 6:31 left to play here in the third quarter. Neil Funk with UB Brown as Mo Cheeks goes to the line trying to lengthen the Sixer lead, and does as he makes the first. Maurice, 3 field goals. More importantly, 7 of 7 from the free throw line.
I have Michael Holton here on the point.
Holton, Caldwell Jones, Steve Johnson, Jerome Kersey.
Nice.
Here's a steal by Charles, and he will just outrun Holton. And Holton wanted no part of that when he got to the free throw.
Well, you know
line.
what? That play was too slow developing. It was an eye contact with Caldwell Jones flashing to the foul line to receive a pass. Charles read that one all the way.
There's Drexler off the pick set by Caldwell Jones. Lays it off underneath. They miss it. The rebound, Kersey. He turns and fires, and he misses. McNamara had it, lost it, and Holton comes up with it. Baseline, Kersey again. Inside and good this time. Multiple shot opportunities will kill you. 84-69. Sixers in front. McNamara, short. Rebound, Caldwell Jones. And on the run come the Blazers. Gun to the left side to Kersey. Down deep, and Steve Johnson, the easy one.
McNamara's hurt.
And he's holding his elbow. Charles was holding his earlier. Or his hand.
Yeah, he
left
did.
hand.
He left hand. Now there.
Maurice trapped at the timeline and a timeout taken. And McNamara is shaken up. And he will come off. As they get a timeout with 5:20 remaining, 84-71, Sixers in front.
He was coming out anyway. And I'll tell you what. Now, you know why he took the shot? He took that shot, that ill-advised shot, is because he knew he was coming out, because McCormick was already up at the scores table. Yeah, right. No, not Pat's average.
He just wanted to get a shot up.
What do they call that? He's showing his pizzazz.
.520 left in the third, 84-71. The Sixers in front. The Utah Jazz, led by power forward Carl the Mailman Malone, check into Philadelphia Wednesday, January 6th on shaving kit night.
You know why that was bad? That was a bad pass because they were playing steal all the way. Now you've got to watch out now because in the last minute of play, the lead has gone from 17 to 11. You've got to regroup here.
Timmy McCormick has come on for Mark McNamara. Andrew, good fake. He beat Drexler and then bounces it out to Robinson just off the elbow, and he buries the jumper.
See, the reason why you have Tony in there is so many things happen. He beats his man off the dribble consistently, and something good will happen. I'm not necessarily saying they make the shot every time, but he opens somebody up for a nice shot.
Andrew the assist and Cliff the basket, and it's 86-73. This is Clyde Drexler against Tony. Steve Johnson. Andrew doubled down, comes back out on Drexler, who misses from outside. Caldwell Jones, little hook. He is fouled, and the bucket counts, and he gets to the line as well.
Yeah, he bumped him. Charles Barkley hit him in the lower back. There goes your three. Now on this rebound, watch as it goes off to the opposite side. I don't know if you can see it. Now here comes Caldwell on his move, and you'll see he gets bumped. You can see the hand right in the lower part of his back.
Again, it's the Utah Jazz on January 6th. It is shaving kit night. So free shaving kits on Wednesday, January 6th.
Now that's a shame. Caldwell Jones misses the foul shot to get a lane violation on Barkley.
Caldwell got a reprieve and makes the free throw. And it's a 10-point game again, 86-76. The Sixers have led from the outset, and they've kept the crowd relatively quiet here. Another sellout in the Coliseum in Portland. Andrew doubled. Oh, great feed.
You got to make those.
And he did. Timmy McCormick from Andrew Tony.
See, Andrew saw the double team. He was double teamed by the center that time, and he read it perfectly.
Baseline, courtesy.
Here's a guy who's on fire. He has 10 this quarter. He has 20 for the game.
Oh, here comes Maurice in the middle of the floor. Charles runs the right side, Cliff the other side. The trailer is McCormick, blocked, but a foul call.
You see, that is a premier point guard running the ball, seeing that it's 3 against 3. Now watch, see, he sees McCormick. McCormick's the odd man right there. You see, they were matched up perfectly, 3 on 3. The old story, just keep running when you're that 4th or 5th guy on the break. Keep running from the front of the basket to the front of your basket.
Well, and especially if you're playing with Mo Cheeks, you know you'll get rewarded if you run.
Unfortunately, there are a lot of kids out there watching this game that are not playing with Mo Cheeks. And they might not receive the pass.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But that's what I was talking about earlier. He just seems to instinctively make the right decision. Now, he could have tried to push it.
I tell you, you ought to ask for a higher commission as his agent. I tell you,
You're exactly right.
I don't know if you're getting your just due here.
Inside, Caldwell, the jump hook, no. The rebound, Drexler, and he's hammered.
That is Drexler's 6th offensive rebound. 6th.
Well, you were a ball handling guard, weren't you?
Yes. But you see now Drexler was struggling. In the first half, he was 4 for 12. But you see, he got on the line 9 for 9 because of the offensive rebound.
Charles will come off. Roy Hinson checks in. Andrew Tony comes off, and Albert King comes on.
Oh, my God. He missed the foul shot and got the rebound.
And then scored.
Oh, my, oh, my. Come on, You have inside position now. You've got to hold your own. You've got to block out and get the rebounds.
Lead is 11, 90-79. Sixers in front, they're leading the ball. Inside Cliff, the turnaround, bounces away, and Drexler the rebound. Clyde the drive for Porter.
Big 3 minutes here now. Big
Now
3 minutes.
Drexler, Porter pump fakes, hangs, fires, misses. And the rebound to Kersey. Another multiple shot trip. He will raise up. That won't go. The ball tapped around and out of bounds and a loose ball foul. It's going to be on Duckworth.
Now, I want to tell you something. 76ers just got another break. Okay, that was a break. Why? Because watch this shot go up. Now, this is their second shot. When that shot goes up here right now, that was off the Sixers. All right? And they said, wow, Duckworth fouled him. Well, a lot of nights that isn't a foul.
That's not called.
No.
Now Cliff, as we walk to the other end, they're over the limit, so they got really 2 breaks. Because now they're going to get to go to the other end and shoot free throws. And Cliff makes the first. Look at the Sixer bench. Jimmy Lynam, Matt Dukas, Al Domenico.
He's a good-looking guy with the yellow tie on. Yeah? Telling you.
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, he's had that same suit on for 4 days, and I'm getting tired of it.
That's Cliff's 20th point.
Cliff Robinson in the big ball game, and he's got a ton of them from the free throw line where he's really feasting. Gunned inside and slipping and falling. And let's see what the call is going to be.
Foul on Henson, pushing in the lower back. Fortunately, that's only the Sixers' 3rd foul for the quarter.
So the Blazers inbound. Porter. Now Kersey against Cliff Robinson, and Drexler trying to post on Albert King. And the foul is on Albert. Porter.
They're going to post him up to the other side.
Yeah. Lucas, that's partially blocked, but then followed home.
Sixers just have to stay within what they're doing. Just match them from here to the end of the quarter.
Henson, and that's stripped. And then Cliff picked it up. He's knocked to the floor. And then tried to shovel it back to Henson. Here comes Porter for Kersey. No. And a foul. Now, I agree with the point you just made. You've got to maintain this lead, the lead that they have right now, which is 92-81. You got to maintain that lead. And you have to be a little bit more patient than they have been at the offensive end. 2:15 left to play. Kersey, second behind Michael Jordan in 87's slam dunk championship, so we know he can get up in the air. And he makes the first free throw here. Now Gerald Henderson checks in. Mochis comes out. Richard Anderson comes on, and Caldwell Jones comes off for Portland. Kersey made a pair. He's had a big 3rd period, and he's kept Portland in this game.
A lot of people are trying to get in the game now.
Here we go.
They've been quiet all night.
92-83. Cliff, and there's Henson. They battle, and they go down. Anderson and Cliff do, and the ball rolls out of bounds. They're going to give it to the Sixers. And there's going to be a foul as well.
Loose ball foul on Cliff Robinson.
Well, you know, that was an unintentional foul because he was tripped and kind of fell on Kersey.
See, that's not the point. The main issue here right now is that they get another. Now here you go. See, that was Kersey getting his hand in there on that one.
I'll tell you what.
That was Henson. Henson was down
Henson
there.
Fell. I don't. Well, they called it on Cliff.
Yes, they did.
Anderson makes the free throw, but getting back to your point, more importantly, it stopped the clock with 1:59. They get a couple of free throws here, and they can cut into the lead. He makes a pair. It's 92-85.
Well, from 6 minutes down to now, we've played 4 minutes. The lead has gone from 17 down to 7.
And now the crowd is really into it. A traveling call as Henderson was pressured at the timeline. Gerald turns it over.
This group has got to grab a hold of themselves and get themselves mentally tough right now. This is mental concentration here.
Anderson. Drexler. Anderson from outside. Nope. The rebound fought for, and Cliff finally wins the battle. Henson. Now Cliff, 18-footer, bingo.
Big shot. Turn around.
94-85. Percy. Porter. Drexler dribble drive.
See, they have confidence in Anderson to hit that outside shot.
There's Percy from outside, and he has nothing but net. Well, he's had some third period.
We're inside of a minute now.
And a 7.6 lead. That was once 17.
They want to go one-on-one or get it over.
And traveling again.
Sixers need good, solid defense here. Portland's going to get 2 possessions at least.
Drexler spins, wheels in, and the ball blocked and out of bounds. The outside official, Wally Rooney, with the call as Jack Neese was screened off the play.
12 seconds on the shot clock.
There's a foul on Gerald. 94-87, 40 seconds left. And I think it is fair to say that was not a good foul. So Maurice Lucas at the free throw line and rattles the first one home. And he rolls the second one in. Now it's a 5-point game. 94-89, and the crowd beginning to come to life for real. They have been very quiet all night long. Turning, firing, Cliff, and nothing but the bottom of the net. Tough shot.
That was a big shot because he got hit right on the wrist. Right on the wrist. Oh, bad.
Now that stops the clock with 22 seconds left.
Well, Drexler knows that anytime he puts the ball down on the floor, Albert King is just running backwards, so he can take him.
Here's the foul situation for Philadelphia. Charles has 4, Roy Hinson 4, Cliff Robinson 4, Albert King 4. For Portland, Drexler with 4, Steve Johnson with 4. Duckworth has 4. And Caldwell Jones has 4.
It's primary that the Sixers get the last shot and run out the clock here.
13 seconds. Shot clocks are turned off. There's McCormick. Saved back in by Roy Hinson, then stolen by Kersey, who fires at the horn, and he tried to measure it, but it sails over the top of the backboard. That's the end of the third quarter of the score. The Sixers 96, the Trailblazers 91. (96-91), Sixers in front as we head to the fourth quarter, and it's time now for the Miller Lite fourth quarter shootout. Tonight's entry is Patricia Hawkins of Philadelphia. She picks Gerald Henderson to score the first 76er points in the fourth quarter. If she's right, she wins a Sony Watchman and a 76er starter jacket. Either way, though, Patricia, you will receive a 76er starter jacket courtesy of Miller Lite. To enter the Miller Lite fourth quarter shootout, simply send in on a postcard the name of the 76er you think will score first in the fourth quarter of each televised game, along with your name, address, and telephone number to the address that you're looking at on the screen. Now we'll have to see if Gerald's in there. If not, Hubie will have to do his magic act. He has been wrong, so now Gerald's going to be in the game. Hubie won't have to mess it up for Patricia.
They're bringing Charles back right now. Now, in the last 6 minutes, the momentum really changed. The Sixers were up 17 with 6 to go. They're outscored by 12. More important, the building is back in the game. The people have it going. Now it's going to be, you must play a perfect quarter. You really do. You have to play a very physical quarter.
Charles Barkley, Roy Hinson, Tim McCormick, Gerald Henderson, Mo Cheeks.
Basically second unit with Barkley and Cheeks, but then they have Drexler and Kersey.
Anderson, he looked like he palmed it, but they didn't call it. The jumper is good by Maurice Lucas. And suddenly, my friends, it is a three-point game. When it looked like, as Hubie pointed out, it might be a blowout, but the Sixers up by 17.
Not a blowout, mainly because you knew that they weren't going to continue to shoot 34-35%.
Maurice.
8 seconds.
Here's the top, and he unloads and scores.
Big time.
Maurice drains one from outside. 98-93, a 5.6er lead.
They're one-on-one now. Kersey.
Here he comes into the lane. Got it up and went down and is fouled. He'll get to the line to shoot a couple. And Charles the foul.
Charles for a trip.
Oh, we'll have to look at it. Let's take a look and see. Charles saying, no way.
I think he's by, let's see here now.
Oh, no. He didn't trip him.
No, he didn't.
He did not trip him.
There's definitely no contact leg to leg.
Charles did not trip him, but that's 5 on Charles now. So now the Sixers have something to be concerned about.
I would think so.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, it's a defensive end especially, because you know now they're going to go right at Charles. He comes out of the game. And sits down, and Cliff Robinson comes back.
Well, Matt, he must have a scorer on the floor here right now, and he's done with Cliff.
No, but there was no way that was a trip. At least not from the angle we had.
All right, this group must play big now. They must get the execution.
Maurice Cheeks underneath. Great feed to Timmy. No tap. Henson, no. Twice. It wouldn't go, and a foul call. That'll be on Maurice Lucas, and he acknowledged that he committed the foul.
Well, you see here now, there was a give and go right there. Beautiful. Now, you got to make these, okay? Now, there's the one. Now, watch this foul. There's another one. There's another foul. See, that could have been a three-point play.
Roy makes the first free throw. The free throwing for both teams has been excellent. Henson pumps again and missed that off the heel rim. I never should have said that. Drexler, Holton,
they're going down inside. Drexler versus Henderson.
Well, they gotta like that matchup. A two-man game. Anderson from outside and he sticks back, and that's a home run. The three-point field goal by Richard Anderson. You're right, they do have confidence in him taking that shot.
He's 2 for 4 in threes.
99-98, it's a one-point game. Cliff by his man, drives, spins it up, misses. Tap, Roy, nope. And Anderson comes away with it. Now, the Trailblazers can take the lead for the first time in this game. Anderson from downtown and could again. $199 Portland. And a timeout taken by the Sixers. 9:54 left to play for your ball game, and the Trailblazers lead for the first time tonight. Yeah. .54 left to play. Blazers lead by one, 100-99. Slam dunking Larry Nance, and the Phoenix Suns make their lone appearance of the season Monday, January 4th, bringing the new year with the Sixers and the Suns Monday, January 4th at 7:30 at the Spectrum. Sixers with a basketball, and you're watching Sixers basketball on WPHL. TV 17 in Philadelphia.
That was a foul that time on Maurice Lucas. The Sixers were trying to post Hinson right in the middle of the lane by the dotted line, and Lucas really let him have one.
I said it was the first lead by Portland. I was wrong. They had a lead briefly at the 11:41 mark of the first quarter. Since then, it had been all Sixers for about the last 6 minutes here. Now it's the Blazers by one. Andrew for three. Coming.
What I like about the fact that Tony's in there right now is Drexler must play him. So if there is going to be any fatigue, at least he's got to go get him.
Here comes Drexler, and he got it right back, and he's going to have an opportunity for a three-point play.
Well, he just blew right by Andrew on this rocker move. Watch this now. Boom, right by him. And there you go. Roy goes for the block.
Now Drexler with a chance to get the three right back. 102-102 tie. He missed it. And somebody is in the lane too soon again. That's the second time we've had a lane violation against the Sixers.
Now this ball club has two key guys out right now. Jim Paxson at the guard position and also Kiki Vandeweghe up front. And they got the playoff time. If both guys come back, they got themselves a nice club.
Drexler makes it a 103-102. Blazer lead again. Andrew.
Two-man game.
Jump to Roy Hinson just off the box. He goes up over Lucas and scores. Roy Hinson with his fourth field goal and his 11th point of the game. Holton. Anderson. Oh, there he goes and missed it, but a foul.
See, that time, Rain stepped out the ball to this guy so they can start the offense.
Maurice at the point. Andrew.
Two-man game again.
Hinson, same spot. Turns, fires. Nope, this time. The rebound, Holton. Blazers will run. The bounce nice to Kersey, and the driving layup is good. 106-104. Trailblazers in front.
Nice.
Kersey.
Nice pass.
As Cliff scores, Kersey has 18 in this half.
Tony stepped by his man, threw a head fake, got the next rotator up in the air, and then dropped off a nice pass. Backdoor.
Yep, and Holton blew it at point-blank range. Kersey follows. He has 20 in the half.
We talked at the top of the show. He's some player. He's got 30 for the game now.
108-106. Andrew, here's the two-man game again. Started into the lane and then backs out. Drexler gives him some ground.
5 seconds.
Hinson, dribble drive. Up, tried to dunk it, and missed it.
3-on-2.
Drexler shovels. Anderson floats up a hook, misses. Drexler's follow is good. Drexler now with a ton. And a timeout taken by the Sixers. 110-106. Portland with 7:10 remaining for your ball game. .31 for Drexler.
Yeah, it's up there.
No, I was just I like to look on mine. 31 for Drexler.
30 for Kersey, for Richard Anderson.
24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 31 for Kersey, right? Yeah. Anderson has 19. Or at least the board, 19. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 for Anderson. .7:10 remaining in the ballgame. 110-106. The Trailblazers with the lead. Neil Funk with Hubie Brown at the Coliseum in Portland, Oregon.
See, this half, they're over 50% from the field. More important, they're 7 for 9 this quarter, Portland. Now, this is a matchup right here. You got to take advantage of this matchup.
Barkley battling with Anderson.
See, what I don't like is the shot clock keeps getting down. Right now, there's only 9 seconds of going in. There's no fluid action here right now. Everything is a struggle.
Andrew from
6
outside.
seconds.
6 on the shot clock. Andrew down the lane, poked away. But a foul. Or else Portland was off to the races. Holton was already at the other end of the floor with the basketball. That's on Drexler. That's 5 on Drexler.
Plenty of time to go here.
Well, they reset the shot clock. Here comes Porter into the game, and Drexler will have to come off with a 5 personal foul. Andrew for Henson. Andrew.
Nice.
Drives, goes inside, and then windmilled it up and was fouled by Lucas. Now Lucas, the foul, that's 5 on Lucas. Go to the shoot-arounds. Hubie and Andrew likes to work on his post-up move about out here by the hash mark. Says here, I'll show you how to post up. Makes the first free throw. At least in his healthier days.
6:45 to go. They just have to grab a hold of the defensive end of the floor here, the Sixers, and then get into their half-court offense a little quicker.
Andrew now with 11 in the game. Got to start tonight. Porter. Anderson thought about it, didn't pull the trigger. Kersey will, and he drilled it.
Well, what a game he's had.
A big second half. They contained him in the first half.
Well, he contained himself. He only played 13 minutes. Because of foul trouble.
Andrew trying to back in on Porter. Kicks it out. Maurice unloads. Nope. Charles battling and couldn't win the ball. Portland in a hurry. Holt fakes and fires and misses. All just kind of slapped around in the middle and Charles came up with it. Andrew, Tony, Mo Cheeks. Henson, Robinson, and Barker. And Anderson trying to come up on the top side of Charles and poke it away. Commits the foul.
That's the penalty.
Caldwell Jones back on. Maurice Lucas, the veteran, will sit down.
When you consider that this team, the Portland Trailblazers, are 17-10, they do not have Sam Bowie, Jim Paxson, and Kiki Vandeweghe. Kind of impressive.
Charles makes the first free throw. And you know what, Hubie? They played very well. They've made 2 Eastern swings already and played very well on both those trips.
Now, Seattle and Portland are finished with the East right now.
Yeah, and Portland's got a nice homestand this month to really to build on that record. Kersey against Cliff, 1-on-1. Now Maurice helps.
Well, you got to help. The guy's on fire.
Oh, wide open, blocked by Charles, though. Holt trying to put it up.
What a play. Holy mackerel, what a play by Charles. He's out of bounds. Yeah.
Charles is 3 rows up.
I mean, look at this block. He came at least 15 feet away outside of the lane. Then he goes and actually runs the ball down.
And then he disappeared.
Off Andrew Toney's hand.
112-110. It's a 2-point game. Blazers with the lead in the ball. Anderson drives and scores. It counts, and he's fouled. Roy was right with him step for step, but fouled him. I'll tell you what, Anderson has...
He just takes him. It was just too easy. Right? I mean, just took him too easy. I mean, you're playing a guy who's on fire. I mean, this might be his career high. Right? He's got 21. I don't know if it is or not.
Well, he's certainly been a big factor for Portland here in the second half. He and Kersey. See, now, if you hadn't talked to him before the game, he probably wouldn't have had this kind of performance. You gave him one of your motivational talks. And that's a 3-point play. (115-110) with 5:04 left. Andrew glancing at Matty to see what he wants. A pick set out high by Cliff.
Keeps hand checking here.
6 seconds on the shot clock, stolen by Anderson. Looped ahead, great pass to Holt, and the layup is good. Another inch, and that pass is out of bounds.
Timeout.
And a timeout taken by the Sixers, and the crowd comes to their feet. 117-110, the Blazers. Kersey's.
Did they pay that guy?
Huh? Yeah. Well, either him or Anderson. Kersey's got 32. That ties his career high. And we're checking on to see about Anderson. Whether that's a career high. .39 remaining here for your ball game. Neil Funk, QB Brown, Memorial Coliseum, Portland, Oregon, 117-110. Blazers in front at 1 point in this game. The Sixers own a 17-point advantage. But the Blazers have battled their way back. And Jerome Kersey has tied his career high with 32. And Anderson has 22. His career high is 23.
Yeah, but it's all coming at the defensive end. They're forcing the Sixers into turnovers. They're forcing him into running the clock down, taking a bad percentage shot, and then they're doing what they do best, and that is run the floor and get you in transition.
Charles Barkley, Danny Vrains, Cliff Robinson, Andrew Toney, and Mo Cheeks now.
They're a very, very tough team to guard off the dribble.
And here comes Charles down the boulevard, and a reach-in foul. Yeah, it's going to be on Richard Anderson. That is his third.
You look at this shooting for the quarter. Portland is 10 for 14 this quarter. A far cry from the 32-33% that they were shooting for the game going into this quarter.
Charles makes the first free throw. And Charles quietly has crept up on a 30-point game. And he missed the second, and Anderson the rebound.
Oh, gave him a jump ball.
Oh, no, there's going to be a tee right there. Anderson can't believe it. And Mike Schuler can't believe it either. He stands.
Well, you can see he ties him up here from the rear. Now,
Oh, I didn't think he did.
No, well, I mean, the hand was in there on the ball. That's what I'm saying. Now, was it enough to force a jump ball? I would say absolutely not.
Well, if you're Mike Schuler, you certainly would say. 117-112, and the tap here is won by the Sixers. Andrew. He's going to try and break Holton down again.
Yeah.
I got it to Charles against Anderson. Driving, and that's blocked with a foul.
Holton made sure that Charles did not get to the rim there. I mean, they grabbed him from the rear. There was no way that he could possibly take this. Now watch this. Watch as he goes by Anderson. There they go. They grab him right from the rim.
Charles at the free throw line in 1 of 2 his last trip, and this is the first here. He is 6 of 9 from the free throw line. I take that back. He is 7 of 10.
All right, there's four and change here.
Right.
It's got to come defensively. They haven't been able to stop them very often.
This is Porter at the point.
This quarter.
Kersey. Well, the guys that haven't been able to.
He's going to take them.
Goes up, floats it up, misses, and the rebound hauled down by Andrew. He comes at Porter.
That's a good matchup. Porter and Tony.
Andrew lays it off to Charles, and layup good. Andrew set it up with the penetration. 117-115. And a timeout taken now by the Trailblazers. With 3:44 left in the ball game. 117-115. And it looked like the Sixers had totally dominated for nearly 3 periods, and then all of a sudden the Trailblazers surged, got back into it, and as Hubie pointed out, this is a good basketball team.
Yeah, but you see, when they were up to 17 with 6 minutes to go, when it got down into 3 minutes, the Sixers needed to give a rest to their key people. They took them out. The guys who replaced them that were on the floor for the last 3 minutes, if you remember, never got any shots at the basket. There was turnover after turnover after turnover, and if there was a shot, it was a bad shot. Now you cut it down into, and you go down, you get it to where it is a workable number. You bring the building back into the game.
Yep.
And now when you start the fourth quarter, now your main guy, Charles Barkley, gets number 5. Boom. Now all of a sudden you're hurt because you're also trying to rest Cliff Robinson at that time so that in the last 10 minutes both guys are fresh and ready to go. Now you lose that luxury.
First matchup of the season between these two teams. The Sixers won at the Spectrum 94-86 and did it with relative ease. Now, Portland did have some people hurt, but it was probably one of the better games that Philadelphia has played all year.
Yeah, but they did not have Steve Johnson or Kiki Vandeweghe, okay? And they were not playing with that kind of confidence. Another big factor is that Philadelphia has beaten Portland 7 straight times going into this game.
Well, the Blazers lead it by 2, 117-115, and a lot of time left, 3:44. Danny, Vrains, Barkley, Robinson, Tony, and Mo Cheeks come back out. There's a look at Andrew.
Watch Andrew go right by him. Now see Kersey coming. Kersey's been coming hard on everybody. Nice move. Great pass. All right, they're bringing Drexler around the baseline. He's going back there. Now they got a one-on-one for Kersey.
Against Cliff Robinson. Yep. Cheeks trying to help on the play and didn't do any good. Kersey is just, he has been awesome here in the second.
That was a tough shot. That was really a tough shot. Cliff was on him as best as he could be.
And that's a new career high for Jerome Kersey. 34 points
in his own. Yes, they got his own call. That's the first one of the game, though.
Look at Matt Gukas. The Sixers try to hang in here. Portland, I told you at the top, this is a very difficult building to play in. And it's sold out like 274 straight times or something.
They're trying to hit Charles here now. He's got Kersey.
Puts it on the floor. There's another zone call.
See, now what happened was Porter's man, Mo Cheeks, was in the other corner. Porter, as Mo made the pass, he ran to the opposite corner. Porter stayed right at the foul line area. You can't do that. You must come and double team the man right away.
Cheeks to shoot the technical and missed it. It's kind of the way this fourth quarter and the latter stages of the third quarter have gone. 119, 115.
Right, they get a field goal here, it's fine.
Maurice.
Three minutes to go.
Well, there's a lot of time.
Nice
Great
pass.
Andrew is really hammered from behind.
Now they set a pick on the baseline that time. It was Barkley and Andrew Toney. Andrew Toney cut behind his man right underneath the basket this time. And a great pass by Mo Cheeks. Now watch the pass. You'll see Toney is behind there. You see where he is? He was behind his man. Andrew made the foul shot.
119, 116, so they're going to get something out of this trip. 119, 117, back to a 2-point Portland lead. Blazers with a lead in the ball with 2:52 left.
They're playing their two-man game again. Now it's Kersey and Drexler. There's your curl. Good defense by Andrew.
Poked away and out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Trailblazers.
See, that's such a tough cover because the guy, he doesn't have to curl. He can fake curl and go to the corner. He can backdoor his man underneath. And when a guy is quick as Drexler, it's a tough cover.
Outside, Porter, short, rebound, Mo Cheeks, the long rebound.
I'm surprised that he took that shot, Porter. He hasn't had an outside shot, I don't think, this half. And they have plenty of time on the clock. Two-man game now.
Yep.
There it is, Barkley and...
Trying to post on Kersey.
Yep, there's your clear out.
Here he comes, backing in, pump fakes once, twice, falls, fires, scores.
Oh, they call it
walking. .219 left, 119, 117. 18 turnovers for the Sixers in the game. Uh-oh. Ball poked loose by Cliff, picked up by Anderson. Porter down the lane, staggers around. Kersey fakes and fires and scores. Tough shot. Danny bodied him, and Kersey still made the shot.
So you couldn't play him any better than Rangers played him. Plenty of time, 150 to go.
121, 117, Portland.
Charles and Cliff.
Cliff backs in on Caldwell. Now there's the double. Outside, they tried to swing it and they couldn't.
4 seconds.
Now Barkley, that's going to be off the top of the backboard, but run down by Mo. Henderson, and let's see, now what?
That's a reset. The ball.
They didn't reset the 24-second clock. Now they will.
Well, that was a very good call. And I'll tell you, the Sixers got a major break.
I think so too, because I thought that ball was right on the very top of it, maybe even on the backside of the backboard and spun back.
Well, it was a very bad shot.
Cliff spins into traffic, goes up off the glass. And there's a major league shot too.
122.
121, 119. Blazer lead. Plenty of time. 1:15 left. Now is Porter. Goes to Kersey. He's had the hot hand.
Well, here comes Drexler off a curl.
Into the lane. Firing. Missing. Rebound Charles. CB with a rebound. And leaves it for Mo Cheeks.
55 seconds to go. High pick and roll.
Got it back to Cliff. Into traffic, and they just grabbed him to keep him from knocking that down.
Well, he split them, and they knew that they were beaten. He really had a great step through here. Now watch this. As Caldwell comes at him, see, he knows he's going by him.
And a timeout taken by the Trailblazers. With 49 seconds left, 121, 119, the Blazers in front. Yes. Yeah, Hubie, who do you want for the MVP?
Well, I
Mr.
think
Anderson
it's Kersey.
or Kersey?
No, it's got to be
Okay.
Kersey.
Well, I thought Anderson made a big contribution.
Yes, he did, except that Kersey's got 26 points this half. I mean,
Okay.
he's really played big.
I asked you for your selection. Okay, it'll be Anderson. No, it's going to be Kersey. I was just trying to get to Hubie.
You know, Charlie, he has that warped humor. Okay.
Yes, I'll do it right now. Thank you. .49 seconds left to play for your ball game. 121-119. The Blazers lead. No matter who wins the ball game, our Miller Lite MVP is Jerome Kersey. Miller Lite and WPHL TV would like to present $76 on his behalf to the Philadelphia chapter of the American Red Cross. Congratulations to Jerome Kersey, who has, Hubie, what, 28 points in this half?
No, he has 26.
26 in this half. He has had a big ball game, though. He played very well. Anderson would have to be considered because he's made a major contribution off the bench. Sixers still very much in this, though. 49 seconds left. Cliff's going to be at the free throw line with the Sixers trailing by 2. Cliff settles himself in and makes the first.
Now, as far as the timeouts go, Philly has 1 full and 1:20. Portland has 2 timeouts and a 20.
Cliff pumps again, missed it, rebounds himself, and is fouled again.
Fouled. All right.
Big play right there. No one came to cut him off.
I think that he went over the line before it hit the rim. Yes, he was over the line.
Yeah, but still no one cut him off.
It doesn't make a bit of difference, okay? That's a violation. But you could tell he knew that it was short when it left his hand. He made the first.
121. He made the second. And now the Sixers lead by 1 with 47 seconds left. Anderson for Caldwell Jones and left for Terry Porter.
15 seconds on the shot clock. Nice denial by Charles.
This is Drexler posted. Bangs at Anderson and got it.
Wow.
And Gerald can't believe it.
Well, Gerald's got to get up. There's 30 seconds to go here. You can't be worrying about that. That's NBA basketball. Got 25 seconds for the game.
Cliff Robinson. Charles poked away and a foul on Kersey.
Well, he gambled.
Yeah,
Kersey
he gambled. And I think that's foolish. I don't understand.
Well, it's a team that plays that way. The team that this ball club is the type of team that, but
you're ahead by 1 and at home.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because that's how they play. If you've been noticing during the whole game, they try to steal every pass from the baseline side.
Now we're tied at 123, and Charles has another coming. I still think that's a silly foul.
I agree with you. It's a silly foul, but their philosophy is to deny every post-up pass from that area. Big miss.
We're tied at 123 and a timeout taken by Portland. 19 seconds left. Neil Funk, Hubie Brown. We're at Memorial Coliseum. And this thing, what do you think, OT?
Well, the main thing here is that we understand that Philadelphia has a timeout and a 20. So whatever happens here at the defensive end of the floor, whether they are going to, if they miss, whether they push it hard or whether they call a timeout, etc. Now, the other factor is that Portland has 1 timeout and a 20. Okay? So now, these become big things here now as far as strategy. At the other end of the floor now, they have been quite consistent of coming down the floor in the last 3 minutes of this game and playing Drexler coming off of a screen on the left side of the floor by Kersey, going to the two guys. Kersey has 36, and Drexler has 33. So I would think that they would kind of go back into something that involves those two guys, because both of them are playing great in the second half.
Okay, now, you got 19 seconds on the clock. Now, do you look for a quick shot or no?
No, I think that you take what you want. I mean, you don't say, look, we're going to take a shot within 3 or 4 seconds. As long as you get a shot up with 5 or 6 seconds on the shot clock, you are still going to get an offensive rebound. Now, the main thing for the Sixers is that 5 guys have got a rebound right now, not 3 guys or 4 guys. All 5 have got a rebound. They've got to get the ball, and then whatever Matty told them, either run it down the floor if you have time, or call a timeout so we advance it to half court.
Right.
Now they're taking McNamara, they're putting McNamara in a game here right now for Danny Vrains.
Okay, and that's what you're talking about. They
And
want to go get the
right.
They want to go get the basketball.
How about this move? They have just put Steve Johnson back in the game, and also so you have Paul Jones and Steve Johnson, 2 guys at 6'11", 7 foot here now, with Kersey and Drexler.
Here it comes to Porter.
Right in the game, and a steal, yes.
And a foul as well.
Foul. Yes, good call by Wally Rooney. Absolutely big call. You know what's interesting
Charles
about...
still holding that. He's holding his left wrist now. But he did make the interception.
Yes, the big thing here was a very, very poor pass into the pivot right here. Very bad pass. You never, against a good defensive player, you always fake up and go down, fake up and go baseline. Against good defensive players, you never try to go over their head. Mo Cheeks got his hand on the ball.
So the entry pass costly for the...
All right, right now, remember now, Portland still has 1 timeout and a 20.
123, and now the Sixers regain the lead as Charles makes the first. 15 seconds left. The shot clocks will be turned off. They won't be a factor. Charles pumps again. Good again. And a timeout taken by Portland. I'll see if they got the 20 or the full timeout. It's going to be a full timeout, I believe.
Well, they want a full timeout so that they can advance the ball to half court. If they would have taken a 20 that time, they would still have the ball down here on the baseline. Now, they have the option. But let's face it, I think in this time, because of 15 seconds, they're going to move the ball to half court.
Okay, and they have the 20 left. It's 125-123, a 2-point Sixer lead. Participating advertisers of Sixers basketball are the new Donnelly Directory, a better Yellow Pages, and much more. Ford, when only the best will do, quality plus Ford dealers and you. By Miller High Life. Miller, made the American way since 1855. And by McDonald's. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. 15 seconds left, 125-123. Okay, now you're Mike Schuler. Are you still going the same way?
Well, first of all, in our timeout here, I said that I thought that Drexler and Kessler and Kersey would be involved. I never thought that they would put Steve Johnson back in the game, especially since he's been sitting out for such a long period of time. Plus, he does have bone chips, and they are acting up on him, and he cannot play back-to-back games now, supposedly, for the rest of the season, because he's going to need another operation. Now, I found that move interesting, that they had that much confidence in him that he could sit out almost this entire quarter and then go to him to win the game.
And he's still in there. Now McNamara comes back with Barkley, Robinson, Cheeks, and Tony.
All right, the worst thing that you can do right now off of this alignment is to allow a guy to beat you to the front of the rim for a lob. You must keep your man in front of you so that you make them run down the clock. All right, here we go.
11 seconds, 10.
Steve Johnson and Drexler. They're going into Steve Johnson.
Steve Johnson turns, spins it up, misses. Rebound, Drexler, stripped, and a foul call. The foul is going to be charged to Andrew. And they're going to put Drexler on the free throw line.
Well, you got to give Clyde an awful lot of credit tonight. I have him for 7 offensive rebounds. Now, he might have more, okay? Now, this was a prime-time rebound.
And he makes the first free throw.
Now, there's 3 seconds to go. Philadelphia still has a timeout plus a 20.
125-124.
Now, you must block out and get a piece of your man here.
Drexler in the air and rattles that home. We're tied at 125. And a timeout taken now by the Sixers. 3 seconds left. Okay, now, instead of the defensive strategy, Matty has to go to the offensive board now. And come up with some way to get a shot here in the final 3 seconds to win this game. Of course, UB and I will be with you tomorrow night as this road trip continues in Seattle. The Seattle Supersonics, another one of these Western teams that has been playing well.
Well, right now, as far as strategy goes, Philadelphia has a 20-second timeout. Now, that's a major plus because if you cannot make the inbound pass, you got a chance to reset up again. Now, 3 seconds, seriously, is a lot of time. But the guy who catches the ball, if it is a Barkley, and he's somewhere down inside of the foul line extended down to that baseline area, he's going to be double teamed. You are not going to have a lot of time to make a catch, put the ball on the floor, and then make another pass. It's going to have to be either a quick open shot or a quick pass to free somebody up. You're not going to be able to waste 1 or 2 seconds here with a couple of dribbles. So it'll be interesting to see. Now, if I am Portland, I am switching everything right now. Any pick that you set up, I'm switching, and I'm going to try to deny the pass. Now, let's see what happens, how the picks go down. Now, if I am Portland, I'm looking for a passing lane steal and take it the length of the floor, because all I have left is a 20-second timeout.
Now see, Portland's going to take a 20. They want to see how the Sixers are going to set up. But right now, the Sixers, Matt Kukas has 3 guards in there: Andrew Toney, Mo Cheeks, and Gerald Henderson, with Cliff Robinson and Charles Barkley. Sunday afternoon at 2 on Movie Time 17, Spencer Tracy and Clark Gable star in turn of the century action on the Barbary Coast in San Francisco, right here on Channel 17, the great entertainment.
Now here we have Cliff coming back in the game here now.
Well, it's like a chess game now. They took their final 20-second timeout. They wanted to see who the Sixers were going to send out, how they were going to set up. The Sixers, on the other hand, probably came out and set up the way they're not going to set up this time. But they still have the 3 guards, Toney, Cheeks, and Henderson in there, along with Charles and Cliff Robinson.
There's a lot of pressure on Cliff Robinson now to make a good pass.
Here they come.
Oh, there's the steal.
There's the steal. Drexler runs in. He goes up. He got it. It counts, and he's fouled. 127-125 at the horn. We'll be back right after this. What are we doing now, Charlie? Okay. Okay, how long a wrap up? Okay. Yeah, okay, I'll let Hubie, because he mentioned it to me. We are back 127-125 in dramatic fashion. The Trailblazers win the ball game with a last-second steal. And Hubie, you talked about it, so describe it here.
Well, they play the passing lane so well, and right there, a guy like Drexler, that pass was over a 12 to 15-foot pass. And what you are doing then, by doing that, is opening up to a great athlete who is in this league the 9th leading guy in the league for steals. You gave him a chance at playing a passing lane. That's why I said earlier to you in this quarter that they tried to steal every baseline bounce pass into a post-up guy, and you got to give him their credit. That was a great play, and more important, how about the shot he made?
Yeah, a tough shot being tracked down by Andrew, but it appeared to be a game that the Sixers had well in hand. Yeah, although you did make the point out there was still a lot of time when they were down 17, and they're playing at home, and they're playing right now with a lot of confidence, and they made a great run.
Yeah, they made a run, but like I said, they made the run against the substitutes who had to come in at that time because of the fatigue factor, and unfortunately for them it didn't work out. And then when you start the fourth quarter, you bring back your fresh guys, you think you're okay, but Barkley gets his 5th. Now Barkley sat out a big 5 to 6 minutes there in the middle of that, at the beginning of that fourth quarter. And naturally, they did not regroup and grab a hold of this game until he came back in.
Well, Jerome Kersey was our MVP, but I think Richard Anderson made a big contribution for this club in the second half.
And I know we're definitely bypassing the fact that Clyde Drexler also was pretty good.
Yes, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. The final score here at Memorial Coliseum, the Trailblazers 127, the Sixers 125. This is Neil Funk along with Hubie Brown saying good night from Portland. Be sure to join us tomorrow night when the Sixers will be playing the Seattle Supersonics right here on Channel 17. Now, stay tuned for Center Court with Harry Donahue.